And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Charlotte Hornets. Checking out the Hornets, a tall task for them to win this one. On the road against a much superior team, their margin for error, pretty thin. And you look at Karis LeVert. Tough luck with injuries, but when he is healthy, Shaq, he can put up points in a hurry.
Reminds me of my main man, Kenny Smith, herky-jerky on that dribble off the drive. Also has the athleticism to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, I agree. I used to do that, but he keeps his head up on the drive, which is really good for his size. Not just a threat to score, but he's unselfish as well.
That'll be a wrap as we take you courtside. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Kid Gilchrist.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Michael Kid Gilchrist out there with Bridges, and it's Zeller in at the 5. And for the Nets, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Wilson Chandler, and it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. Well, Clark, midseason rumors now in full session. When a player requests a trade, how strongly do you think that affects team chemistry?
You know, Kevin, I'm all for players voicing their choice and actually having an opportunity to express themselves, but it can be detrimental if a player in the middle of the season makes it known that he's not interested in being there. It can have a terrible effect on team chemistry, in my opinion.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Knocks down the 3 ball. Here's Rozier. In the corner, it's Bridges. Takes the 3. Unable to get that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, and that one, they've caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. Rebounded by the Nets. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
It's the Nets now, after the basket by Charlotte. Irving passes to Jordan. The shot missing, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
2 shots. Free throw drops for Monk.
And was last season really the first full season we got to see Malik Monk, was given a sizable part of the rotation and showed why he was a lottery pick for this team.
And he makes both free throws. During most of his rookie season, Monk was relegated to the bench.
Not sure if it was development or opportunity. Hard to say for Monk. Fact is, you can see the knack for scoring he has, even if he's a bit of a volume scorer at this point.
Irving can't hit. Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Irving against Rozier. Irving passes to Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Irving against Rozier. Monk, the pass to Rozier. That one, no good. Good D by Irving. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Irving. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Jordan. And a missed layup.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Rozier, the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Rozier. A three-pointer, no good. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. KD finds Irving. Shoots the 3. The shot by Chandler, wide open. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Well, last season, for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense, despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Free throw good, Jordan.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season. Remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, why was that?
Well, I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s.
Here's Irving, following the basket by Malik Monk, and Wilson Chandler with the slam.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
And here is Rozier. He had 13 points in the win against Washington.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Boy, a strong athletic wing is Kid Gilchrist. Check him out muscling through the defense. Impressive.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. Launches a 3. Dinwiddie's shot is off. For Charlotte, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. The shot by Monk is no good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Irving against Rozier. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
No good on that one. And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league.
And he sinks the second.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
Brooklyn trailing. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Outside Irving. Over Rozier. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Dinwiddie. Irving's got 6 points.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Rozier with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. Zeller inside. He's against Jordan. The layup off target. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn with the ball. Irving passes to Dinwiddie. 11 feet away. Again, the Nets for 2.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Rozier against Irving. Now, here's Rozier. He's tightly guarded. Such a wide open look. Irving with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against Denver. The pass to Durant. Over Zeller. That one rolling around and rims out.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. And the Hornets making a change here. Here is Durant. A 26-point game for him in the win against Denver.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. Couple blocks in that game as well.
Hornets trail by 3. Now Graham. He's coming off a 13-point game against Washington.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
And a wide open look for Irving. Misses the 3. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Charlotte. Here's Graham. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. We're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. Think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on that?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
And the first one at the line is good.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys too. Rodion Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And you know, sometimes you've got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
The Nets with the lead. Allen outside. Got a piece of it. Williams kicks to Biyombo. Pass to Batum. Graham with the ball. LeVert defending. Fades. No good from Hernan Gomez. Brooklyn's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. In the corner, it's Harris. From outside the arc, hits the three-point bomb. And the Nets lead by 4.
You know, really good to see Harris playing with that kind of confidence because, you know, these shots will only help him get better.
Outside, Batum. Passes it to Hernangomez. Inside. Here's Williams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Now, Greg, this is the 15th season for the veteran Marvin Williams, former #2 overall pick back in 2005.
And even though he has never been an all-star, Williams has always been a contributor to teams. Still can give you good rebounding and scoring in a variety of roles.
And that one falls for Williams. Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, 2 outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
He's off on the second.
And we see the league-wide move discouraging mid-range shots. The Nets definitely among that group.
Yeah, and it's borne out here in that last season they took the 3rd fewest mid-range shots and allowed the 2nd most. So the analytics message taking real strong hold in Brooklyn.
And stolen by Biyombo. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Hornets trail by 3. Here's Graham. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Hernangomez against Prince. No good from Hernangomez.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Down low, here's Biyombo. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
Hey, when Biyombo's deep inside, it's fun to watch because you know this guy is going to finish with a flush.
Brooklyn leading by 3. Pass to LeVert. Back to Irving. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Irving's got 14.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Tremendous versatility for Karis LeVert, offensively, Clark, and defensively. He can play multiple positions.
Well, I like that about him too, Kevin. 6'7", he's a gifted scorer, can make plays when the ball is in his hands. The Nets have a number of ball handlers, and that's what Coach Kenny Atkinson believes in. To get a lot of guys that can make plays and do it for each other and together, and we've got something good.
Here's Graham. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Now the pass to Hernangomez. Buries the 20-footer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Nets shooting pretty efficiently out there. It is in 48% in the first quarter. Pass to Irving. Shoots over Graham. Irving can't get it to go. Hornets trail by 3. Williams dishes to Graham. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Now here is Irving. 14 points for him. And here's LeVert. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Nets.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Clark, a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me is Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
1:30 left here in the opening quarter. Graham, the pass to Williams. Biyombo with it. Over Allen. Here's Hernan Gomez. Here's Biyombo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jared Allen.
Tell you what, the bruising strength of Biyombo, effective in drawing contact on the way up. You look at a player like Bismack Biyombo, and I love his presence in the paint. A real rim protector because he's not only got length, but he's also got jumping ability and some girth as well.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Biyombo, the length of his arms, Clark, helps him with that great rim protection.
Yeah, you know, I agree. It's a blend of length and strength, guys. He can be a boulder on the block, a rugged physical presence there, and hard to move when he gets anchored in.
Musa, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
And one danger for this Hornets team, they could find themselves in that dreaded mode of mediocrity.
Yeah, you know, for a number of years, they've actually epitomized mediocrity. 500 pretty much all of last season until the very end. I think they either need to do a full rebuild and start from scratch or find a way to break out of this middle of the pack path.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
There's 45 seconds left in the first. LeVert with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Harris. Allen right side and stolen by Graham. It's Williams with the drive, and that one good. Now just a 1-point Nets lead.
Nice to see Williams be more assertive driving inside, something I'd like to see more from him.
And the Nets with possession here. Now LeVert. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. From deep three-point range.
Boy, Biyombo provides great energy and is a dogged defender who doesn't make anything easy.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. We come back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small. We can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter, we've got Bismack Biyombo. Marvin Williams is out there with Hernan Gomez. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point guard.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's LeVert. 9-point game his last outing, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Now that we have a moment, let's see who have been the top assist teams in the league this season. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
And that one falls for Prince. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. And it's LeVert missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Kid Gilchrist. Biyombo, the pass to Hernan Gomez. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Ball's knocked loose. Prince kicks to LeVert. Allen outside. Shot clock at 6. Graham surveying the floor. And he uses the glass on the layup. Graham's got the lead up to 5 now for Charlotte. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Hornets?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Here's LeVert following the bucket by the Hornets. For 3, Harris. That shot missing. Hornets leading by 5. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Nets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Allen finds LeVert. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. No good with the layup. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
Check it out, Charlotte, man. They believe they can be more competitive than they've shown. It's still very early in the season, so the optimism for a successful run is still there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Joe Harris. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. Durant, that's good.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Now, here's Rozier. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Left side, Kid Gilchrist, stolen by Durant. Here's Dinwiddie. Bridges with the board.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And that one misses.
Tell you what, time is moving on now. When you think about Nick Batum, has been in the league a decade now. Wow. Throughout his career, this guy's been consistent in terms of his versatility and production.
Charlotte making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And with Batum, Clark, that versatility is what makes him so great.
Well, you know, if you need him to score, he can. If you need him to create and rebound, he can do that too. He's just a very versatile player. It seems like every season Batum is able to plug in and play a different role and do it at a high level.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And here's the fast break. Musa with the bucket.
A dependable passer. Chandler doesn't just look to score. I mean, he's also good at finding his open teammates.
Hornets leading by 4. Outside, Batum. He kicks to Bridges. Back to Batum. Pass to Zeller. Over Jordan. And the Hornets miss again. For Brooklyn, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And a miss there on the triple. For Charlotte, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
You know, one area of strength for the Hornets, guys, is their bench. I mean, got a ton of minutes from the second unit. And that unit rewarded them with solid contributions last season.
The first one falls. The depth of Charlotte, Clark, one of the better benches in the league.
And you take a look at that roster, guys, and it makes sense. They've collected a ton of players that can help out over the years, and the depth of the bench on this team should be a strength, I think, for years to come.
Both free throws good from Batum.
And, you know, Nick Batum's length provides a huge bonus to his team. He's able to play and guard multiple positions.
And there's the pass to Musa. Off target from outside. Charlotte leading by 6. Batum attacking. The layup missed. Dinwiddie against Rozier. Dinwiddie dishes to Jordan. Right side Durant. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. KD's got 4 points in the quarter.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Durant with the steal. Here's Dinwiddie. Yes, that goes in. Now just a 2-point Charlotte lead.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Here's Rozier. Feeds to Zeller. Over Jordan. And it's Durant with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Chandler, the pass to Jordan. And he hits it to tie the game up. Jordan's got 5.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
Rozier against Dinwiddie. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Nets with possession here. The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. He dishes it to Chandler from past the arc. He goes up again. It's deflected.
A tremendous shot blocker at the forward position. Kid Gilchrist is terrific at sending shots back.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And, you know, the Brooklyn Nets last season more than doubling their win total from 2 years prior. Great improvement. A surprise playoff team in the East for sure.
And the Nets making a change here. Irving's checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Monk's checked in. Charlotte trailing. And the attendance numbers can lag behind for a breakout team, Clark. Last season, the Nets, for instance, ranked last in the NBA.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little bit, guys, before you catch up. The winning leading to fans. After the 2019 playoff run, I think they're going to see more people in the seats for sure.
Now, here is Irving. 20 points for him. Dinwiddie outside. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Monk, and then Monk with the dunk.
And Kevin, that's exactly why you can't give Monk a lane to the bucket. I mean, he explodes towards the rim to throw it down with real vigor.
The Nets shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. On the wing, Irving. Rozier defending. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Jordan. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Guys, you know, last season the Hornets coming up short at the end. They were right in the hunt but finished 9th in the East. Really was a solid season for them, but they were hoping for a return to the playoffs.
Free throw good, Jordan. And Clark, the Hornets, the 9th seed, as you mentioned, they were in it until the end.
And, you know, guys, Charlotte has only made the playoffs once since returning to the Hornets moniker. Thought it might be their year last year. I'm not sure of the direction of the team currently.
Now, here's Rozier. To the left side wing. Here's Monk. Kid Gilchrist trying to free himself up. The shot by Monk is no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Irving kicks to KD. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Charlotte shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, it doesn't matter where you place him in the lineup, Clark. Miles Bridges is going to make some plays.
Well, I love his rugged quality he has, guys. I mean, he can guard anybody at the 3 or 4 spot. Doesn't mind going up against guys that are bigger. Everybody knows about his athletic ability and dunking it, but he's got more in this package than that.
And that one falls for Bridges.
You know, what I love about Bridges is just the all-around game. He scores, rebounds, passes, and defends well, too. Just an exciting young prospect.
The Nets making a switch here. Allen's checked in. Both free throws good from Bridges. And Brooklyn has possession. Now, here is Irving. He's got 20. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, that's blocked.
He has the length to send shots back. I like seeing Bridges make his presence felt on this end.
Rozier against Irving. Offensive rebound.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
Here's Rozier after the made shot from KD. Rozier, the pass to Bridges. Back to Rozier. No good with the triple.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
KD can't get it to go.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Zeller, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Allen's shot is off. Hornets trail by 4. Here's Monk, and it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters.
Off target with his 3. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Monk has some real bounce now. When he's clear for takeoff, he's not hesitating at all before he launches.
And Brooklyn has possession. Outside, KD. Kicks it to Jordan. Here's Dinwiddie. Offensive rebound, Nets. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
And the first one drops.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Brooklyn with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte. LeVert the pass to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Ernie Gomez has got 5 rebounds tonight. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Graham missing.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
Harris dishes to Irving. 12 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. From deep. No good that time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Nets up by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 20 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. There was a lot to like about his first 2 quarters in this one. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And Big Fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. This guy should be starting, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Irving. Then it's Jordan, and it's Chandler in at the 3 slot. Monk, the pass to Bridges. Dinwiddie with the steal. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Bridges, no one around him. No good. That would have tied it. Nets leading by 3. With the shot. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Monk. Back to Rozier. Zeller trying to free himself up. And it's Rozier missing.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
The shot's good. 10 points for KD.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now, here's Monk. He's got 12. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Rozier. 5 to shoot. Over Irving. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And it's blocked by Jordan. Here's Chandler. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 7-point Brooklyn lead.
And this guy has great physicality. I mean, it's understated in some cases, but he absorbs contact well and finds a way to finish despite being hit.
Now, here's Bridges. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Out to the wing. And Zeller kicks to Bridges. And again, the Hornets missing. Nets leading by 7. On the wing, Irving. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Charlotte's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Monk, the pass to Zeller. Now, here's Bridges, guarded by Jordan. Bridges dishes to Kid Gilchrist. And the Hornets miss again. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Here's Irving. Out of hand on it. Katie against Bridges. Lays it up off the glass. Bridges has got 6 points.
Love the unselfishness of Monk there. I mean, love seeing him find the open man.
Here's Dinwiddie. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
Here's Monk following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Passes to Bridges. Back to Monk. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 4th assist in this one. Hornets trail by 9. Rozier up top, covered by Irving. Zeller. A rebound by the Nets. Irving's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd Gilchrist. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Dinwiddie outside. Out to Chandler. Launches it. 4 on the clock. They get the rebound. Here's Jordan. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jordan's got the lead up to 11 now for Brooklyn.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
That's good from Rozier. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic.
Wow.
Because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic. Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Monk kicks to Kidd Gilchrist. Pass to Zeller. Over Irving. Shot by Zeller, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Rozier kicks to Bridges. Dinwiddie with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Dinwiddie. And here is Graham. 8 points for him. Monk with the ball. Williams passes to Biyombo. He kicks it to Graham. 6 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jared Allen. And he makes the first. Joe Harris is checked in for DeAndre Jordan.
At the line for 2.
He hits both from the stripe. And here are the Nets. They're on a 19-5 run. Here's the pass to LeVert. Torian Prince, he's checked in for the Nets.
That's his second personal foul. Coming on the floor for your Nets, Torian Prince.
It's the Nets now. Allen finds Irving. On the 3 off target.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Monk's shot's good.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Now LeVert. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. He feeds it to Irving. Misses off the right iron. Hornets trail by 13. Here's Graham. He's got 10. Now here's Biyombo. There's the triple. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got 13.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Nets leading by 10. Outside Irving. It's LeVert on the wing. Shoots it. And the Nets miss again.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Here's Graham. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. It's Allen on the wing. Dishes it to Prince. Fires from deep. Sinks the triple. He has 5.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
Here's Irving following the bucket by the Hornets. Pass to LeVert. Lets a floater go. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
Boy, the versatility of LeVert showing you he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve and a bunch of shots to choose from, too.
To the paint, and stolen by Prince. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. The Hornets pull it in, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Let's take a look at some of the leaders of the NBA. These point guards have been shooting lights out during the last month. The 4th spot held by Spencer Dinwiddie. And, of course, Kyrie Irving.
As a point guard, you want to create the best possible shot every trip down the floor. And given the way these guys have shot the ball, you know, it's not a bad idea every now and then for them to go it alone.
Well, you know they're not going to do that, though. I mean, even as deadly as they are from the field, they're always looking to set up their teammates first.
Graham kicks to Williams. Passes it to Monk. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
The energy that Monk brings, I love it. I mean, when he's out on the floor, he's giving you everything he has.
And he can't get the first one. Well, there are some guys that just look to score, Clark, whenever they can. And Malik Monk is one of those players.
Yeah, he's an electrifying offensive player. And he reminds me a little bit of the dynamic and it seems like ageless Jamal Crawford with his ability to score in bunches. Not saying that he ignores his teammates or anything like that. It's just that he's a scorer, and when he's on the court, that's what he's thinking about doing.
Now, here's Biyombo, defended by Allen. Shot clock at 5. Here's Monk. Ron Gomez trying to break free. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Monk. Brooklyn's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Now here's LeVert, guarded closer. He gets that one. Irving's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, Karis LeVert has done a nice job elevating his playmaking ability, which helps him and his team.
And it's sent back by Allen.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And so it's Charlotte with it after the basket by Brooklyn. And it's Graham missing. Nets leading by 16. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 5 assists in the game. Charlotte's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Graham, covered by Irving. Outside Williams. Pass to Hernan Gomez, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass, just sailed it right out of bounds.
We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter of the game. To the middle, here's Prince. Nice pass, led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Prince has got 7.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist. If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Hornets trail by 18. 32 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Williams, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
First one falls for him.
Williams is the former number 2 pick in the 2005 draft, and he's carved out a nice role for himself and continues to be an effective player.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Inside. Score the basket. His 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor. Nets leading by 15. That's tipped and stolen by Graham. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Graham's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
And so it's Brooklyn looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back right after this. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Nets shooting 43% for the game. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. We've got Rozier. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Hernan Gomez. Then it's Marvin Williams. And it's Graham in at the 2. Now here is Harris. 5 on the clock. Irving, the open look. And it's Biyombo with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Rozier.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
And here's LeVert. The pass to Irving from deep three-point range. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got 8 rebounds in this game.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Timeout called, the Nets. So for the Nets, Durant's checked in for Prince. Chandler comes in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Charlotte also making some changes. Zeller comes in for Biyombo. And it's Miles Bridges in for Marvin Williams. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Nets leading by 7. Rozier with the steal. To the left wing. And no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. On up the court. And then Durant with the jam.
I like seeing Durant slam that one down. I mean, he's just powering it home thanks to that incredible position.
Here's Graham. Dinwiddie covering. Pass to Bridges. Over Chandler. Nice D from Chandler. The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Dinwiddie wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
That's tipped. Here's Graham. Dinwiddie covering. Bridges. Hernan Gomez trying to break free. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Bridges. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Dinwiddie up top. Graham defending. Here's Irving. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Now, here's Rozier. Following the shot by Kevin Durant.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Chandler with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And the shot goes in. That's 7 points for Jared Allen.
Boy, I love the mindset of Allen there. I mean, when he gets the ball in that spot, he's very aggressive.
Rozier kicks to Bridges. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Back to Bridges. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Here's Dinwiddie. Miles Bridges picking up that last basket. Here's Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 6th assist on the night. Hornets trail by 7. Now Rozier. Pass to Zeller. To the paint. Here's Bridges. That shot off. Nice D from Chandler. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. KD with the bucket.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
Graham with the ball. Dinwiddie covering. The pass to Bridges. Kicks it to Zeller. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Fade away. And the shot is long. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Nets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Dinwiddie outside. The feed to Irving. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
At the line for the Hornets, Devontae Graham. 2 shots.
The first one falls, and Brooklyn making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for the Hornets. That one misses. Nets leading by 9. Durant with a wide open look. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Durant's got 12 points here in the second half.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
Graham, the pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. Over in the corner, Rozier. From the arc. And again, the Hornets missing.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Outside for Jordan. Now here's Dinwiddie. Graham defending. The offensive rebound. Passes to KD. Shoots over Bridges. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
And the Hornets call time here. And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
Monk's checked in for the Hornets. Hornets trail by 14. Out to the right wing. To the inside. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Bucket is good.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
Well, great to see KD back on the court. That heartbreaking moment where he went down in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals. Wow, so hard, Greg, to watch.
And KD clearly gave everything he had to try and win in the finals. Warriors fans appreciate his efforts. Softened the blow as he left for the Nets. The Warriors ownership already promising to retire Durant's number up in the rafters. And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Irving looking for an opening. Pops it up for Jordan. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
You take a look at Bridges. He's definitely got a shot of making it to the top 4 slots this year. We'll just have to see if he ends up moving up.
Listen, I know this guy is hoping he gets the opportunity to be a part of it this year, and it would be a huge disappointment for him if he's not able to showcase some of those phenomenal dunking skills.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
At the line of 2.
The first free throw is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now, here's Rozier. He kicks it to Bridges. Pass to Monk. Dinwiddie with some nice D.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Tips it up. Hornets trail by 14. They get a hand on it. Rozier the pass to Kid Gilchrist. And Durant sends it back.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Rozier following the bucket by the Nets. Monk, no one around him. The putback, it's good on the putback.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Irving against Rozier. Right side Durant. And that one hits back iron. Hornets trail by 14. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. They shoot again. The dish to Kid Gilchrist. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Bounce pass from Jordan. Takes the 13-footer.
Since halftime, he has just been in a funk offensively.
Irving can't hit. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They led the game at one point by 20. The pass to Chandler. Now here's Jordan. Tries it from 9. Not going to go that time. Here's Monk. Over Durant. With the second effort. Shot by Zeller, no good. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Dinwiddie with it. Picked up by Kid Gilchrist. Over Monk. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
Hornets trail by 16. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Dinwiddie with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And that's now 30 points for Kyrie Irving. And the Hornets call time here. They're down by 18. There's 1:26 left here in the fourth quarter. And a new group in for the Nets. Odions Kurucs. He's checked in for Durant. Justin Anderson comes in for Wilson Chandler. Garrett Temple has checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's LeVert in for Kyrie Irving.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nets.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And once again, they're going to come out on top in this series. 3 straight victories in as many games on the season against this team. They've done a great job of just playing their best when it mattered most against Charlotte.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kevin Durant.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
And the free throw drops for LeVert. And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Down low. Washington, that's good.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Here's Temple. So it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. With DeAndre Jordan, and this is the kind of win you would expect from your team against a sub-500 team. So what made the difference tonight?
I think it was our mindset coming out. You know, we hit a tough little patch there. We knew with teams that we have the ability of beating, just try to come out and just hit them early and just keep stepping on them.
They are flat as a pancake, DeAndre, after the performance tonight. Thanks. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.